Happy New Year's, Aries. It's 2014. I'm Dadhichi. You may or may not have watched my introductory video there. This month I'm going to mix this up a little bit. We're talking about New Year's resolutions, appropriate for the first month of any new year. And what I was talking about in that introductory video was the power of resolution coming from certain planets. I mentioned Saturn, that's the planet of focus, concentration, and Pluto, which is the transformative planet. And the combined influence of those two planets, I think, is what's going to give you the resolute willpower to carry through on the changes that you want to make throughout 2014. We look at your horoscope now, we see it's quite interesting. At the very, very pinnacle of your horoscope, Pluto, with 4 other planets there: the Sun, Mercury, the Moon, and Venus. And mind you, just a couple of days ago, it's the 3rd of January now, the year started off with a new moon. This is all occurring in your zone of profession. So that's that cluster of planets in the upper part of the horoscope. It might also be worthwhile mentioning that this year the new moon has kicked the year off. So when we're talking about resolutions, we are talking about, starting afresh, cleaning the slate, so to speak. And here we see all of this energy, that very transformative Pluto, in your 10th house. And I see that especially in the first few days of the month being very, very powerful for you and giving you a sense of resolving to achieve what it is you want to achieve this year in terms of your professional life, your career. We also see Venus there as a finance planet, very near to this new moon. The moon is actually coming into conjunction very closely now with Venus, which is your finance planet, partnership planet. So there's a lot involved in resolving to clarify those relationships for the purpose of improving your professional activities this year. Now, the other area which is focused, we've kept talking about this for some months, is the position of Saturn in your horoscope. Now, that's a big one too, because it's in the 8th sector. It's been associated with your karmic point, the North Node. That's past now, but still, the 2 planets there in this most intimate and also transformative part of the zodiac shows that this year is definitely one in which you want to make inroads into changing your character, changing the way you do business, the way you conduct yourself with others, to improve your professional status. And there as well, the best position of the Sun, up there in the 10th house, directly overhead, as where it is at midday, is shining very, very brightly right now, associated with Pluto. So this is the classic case of indomitable will. So if someone had to ask me for which star sign I see power and resoluteness of will for this New Year's resolution, I would say for you particularly, these planets being in such a dominant place in the horoscope, then you have a very, very perfect opportunity here astrologically to make those desires a reality. Apart from that, we do see that this is an important month. It's, having all these planets in the angle, along with your personal planet, your ruling planet Mars, in the western angle, in the sign of Libra right now. This is very challenging, and you may really, really want this change or this resolution to take place so badly that you could be a little explosive and a little bit insensitive to other people. Note that we do have this recent passing of the opposition from your ruling planet to Uranus. So maybe something's triggered this idea of a resolution, New Year's resolution, very, very suddenly. And for you, this is an extraordinary challenge. You've got Uranus in the angle, Mars in the angle, Jupiter in the angle, and these other 5 planets in the angle right now. So this really accentuates the power of the planets. Angular planets are very, very powerful. This creates loosely what we call a cardinal cross, a grand cross. So, notwithstanding the fact that you want to achieve these resolutions for 2014, I have to say you are going to have quite a bit of a challenge there. And the analogy there is the proverbial cross that one bears. That's okay. Challenges are what help you to grow. A lot of people are terrified when they see that the horoscope has a lot of challenging aspects, or what we call relationships, between the planets. And I say that's very, very good. Without that challenge, you've got no fuel from which to propel yourself forward. So I see this as an excellent year. I see this as an excellent month, particularly for you, Aries, in the realm of your profession. Shortly, the moon will move into the 11th house. Mercury will do so in around 16, 15, around 2 weeks from now, that should move. And around 3 weeks, you'll start to feel the impact of the sun moving into the 11th house. That's later in the month, so the shift will come from your profession into this more social arena. But definitely the new moon is going to trigger some changes in your work, but I think this has more to do with the way you approach your work, the way you see yourself in your work. So this is very much a sense of self-identity, your identity, in contrast to the work that you do. Is the work that you're doing matching your sense of self? So these are the sorts of questions throughout January, and indeed for the rest of the year, that I see taking place for you. And I do wish you luck. And don't forget, you can read more on the detail of what's happening month by month, day by day, and a whole lot of other areas for the year in question, 2014, at the website. My website is astrology.com.au, and I look forward to your company there. And again here next month, as usual. Bye for now.